What's up, beautiful people? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm kind of working and we're going to talk today. Y'all, it's a very busy day. As you all know, the holidays are coming up. So I had several sessions. I'm just getting on and I want to keep up with the day. So I'm going to be working and talking. But we're going to still do our mental health check. Now, I just got out of a session. So I don't have... What's up, Shin? What's up, Jazzy? What's up, Jennifer? Literally, I just got done with a session, so I did not come with anything prepared. So this is the time where I will open up the floor for you all to ask me questions and we can have a candid conversation. If you see my head turn, y'all, I'm still working. It's an active, we're gonna call it a lunch and learn today. The only thing that's different is that I'm not eating. So let's have this conversation. If you all have a question, for those that are joining for the first time, listen, I am a mental health conversation. Jen Jeezy, I am going to talk about that, but I do want to talk about it when I actually have time to be like 100% attentive. So we'll save that for a conversation throughout the week. Please note that Wednesday I will be on a flight during this time, so I will not have the mental health check on Wednesday. However, or I may try to do it from the airport. We'll see. We're going to talk about it. But definitely, y'all, I want to open up the question, open up the floor for any questions, y'all. We used to do this a lot. I'm going to go back to the basics today. If you do have a question that you're pressing to ask a therapist for free, this is not a consultation, but I will give you tangible feedback. Literally, my call with my friend lasted 3 hours, so I never get to... Oh, no problem, Ken. I'm not worried about that. But you do have the option to ask a mental health related question. Yeah, Jen, she said she did the test yesterday on the live. I think she had paused for a little bit. I run my own business for mental health and addiction. Absolutely broken. We're right here together, boo. It is amazing. So definitely, I'm a licensed mental health therapist. So you all, this is the midday check where we check in on your mind. Definitely, y'all. Utilize this as a space to collaborate with other people, to also you never know who may meet your need out there. You may never know who you need out there, who's out here that can provide that level of support, who could be your next best friend. I don't know. I thank you so much, Malika, for sharing the live. Y'all know I always say, what's up, Eve? I always say tap and share. That is the least that we can do. But definitely, y'all in the room, let's start having the conversations. I will tell y'all that I'm starting to read this book on boundaries. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Oh yeah, it's called Set Boundaries, Find Peace. It is a very, very, very good book, and it teaches you how to set healthy boundaries without being looked at as you are nagging somebody, that you're being negative. I definitely encourage you all. That's a great read. That boundary book is so amazing, and I will start using some of the information from that book to bring into our midday check-ins. Okay, I don't see any questions. I don't see any questions. Let's talk, y'all. Let's talk. I know you're probably like, oh, well, what you got for us today? No, I want to know what you got for me today. Today is about you. And I would love to use you for our Talk About It Thursday. Absolutely broken. Let me make sure I'm broken. I just connected to you. Definitely shoot me an inbox and we can make that happen. Tap and share. Yes, we're doing that. Any questions? Otherwise, we're going to use it as a social hour. Derek, thank you so much for the follow. Tips for dealing with jealous parent. Mom is jealous of dad. They are divorced. Are they jealous of each other because of your relationship with them? Would be my follow-up question before I give any feedback. How do you handle anxieties with family during the holidays? I'm going to be very honest with you. Anxiety, y'all, comes up for us when we are not, or we don't feel in control of something. That is when anxiety comes up. So for those that say, I struggle with anxiety, you struggle with being out of control with it. You struggle with not being in control of things that you want to be in control of. And guess what? That's we normalize. But when it comes to family during the holidays, I always say with moderation. You can go to the family event, but when it starts to trigger you and when things start to literally start caving you in, Take a step, go to the bathroom, take a step away and get your mind regulated. We don't do that enough, y'all. When we're in uncomfortable positions, sometimes we'll keep ourselves in the uncomfortable position until it becomes unbearable. Take care of yourself. Listen to me, everybody in this room. If you do nothing else, you owe it to yourself to take care of you. When you feel uncomfortable with something, take care of you. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when I go to families, sometimes when I go to friends, y'all, even sometimes when I'm on the live, and I said this like yesterday, I was in Jen's live, and sometimes it becomes overly stimulating for me. I have to mentally check out. And I do that and I normalize it. What's up, Simply Core? I normalize checking out because it helps me to regroup myself so that I can be prepared for whatever else comes my way that day. My family says, how do I get through the day after a 10-year relationship feeling, how do I get through my day after a 10-year relationship? You got to understand. I said this on one of my videos, and I know not everybody sees. Inca, you're in here with the wrong intent, boo. I got to meet you out of here. Actually, I'm going to block you. 99 plus, nobody uses that word on TikTok anymore. Not in my pages. So anybody comes in here with that intent, they got to go. Anywho, you just got out of a 10-year relationship. I don't know what justified it ending, but you got to find the positivity in loss. There is something that you gain. Even in the worst loss of your life, there's always something that you gain from it. Y'all, we don't do that enough. We literally do not give ourselves enough grace. When bad things happen, yeah, it sucks. Yes, it's awful. Yes, you're going to be sad. Yes, you're going to be down. But the reality of it is, we don't often take a moment to say, what have I learned from this? What did I gain from this? What can I take with me moving forward to use this as a stepping stone to make myself better? And yes, y'all, I'm talking about literally Deshaun. That is not something we're going to address today. Now, if it was September 11th, I definitely would address that. But we got to learn how to appreciate the loss or the thing that we learn from the loss, okay? We have to appreciate that. I'm telling you right now, even in death, there is something that you gain. I told y'all this, and I share it all the time. Like when I lost my aunt, y'all, that was like one of the closest people to me. That was like my mom. And literally, the one thing that I had to help me cope and heal was the fact that she wasn't suffering anymore. Okay, Deshaun, that's 2 comments that you've made that is inappropriate. Moderators, are y'all in the room? I love y'all. But people saying that that's funny, like people making jokes about being funny about loss and stuff like that. I don't have time for the ignorance. I do not have time for it today. I don't. Thank you, Shan. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right. So today, y'all, I'm going to be very candid with you all. I have back-to-back sessions. I have 8 sessions today. So I am literally, in the room, answering any questions. We don't do this enough. I usually do it afterwards, but I will definitely answer your questions today. For those who have inquiring minds, it's like, man, I've always wanted to ask a therapist this. Then ask. We're here. Yes, I'm a therapist. Nope, don't look like one. That makes me even better. Okay. Perfect. Okay, King Alexandra, thank you. Y'all got these people that come in here and just pick up people, get them out. They're taking up way too much space in the room, and it's taken away from people in this room that are being very, very, very genuine. Okay? Thank you, Team Night. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jen. Thank y'all. I see you was about to ask a question, Malika. I saw, how do you? Tanisha says, definitely hard when losing 5 people in the last year. Absolutely. I would never, ever tell you that it is easy. Love Ascending. Can you recommend good books? I will definitely do that. Let me see if I have one. One of the ones I'm reading right now. I'm glad I'm fully dressed, y'all. Jeez. All right. One of the books that I have is Set Boundaries, Find Peace. It is a guide to reclaiming yourself for those who struggle with boundaries. This is an excellent book. I got it from Barnes & Noble. And it talks about being a people pleaser, fear being rude, fear being mean, your fear, your anxiety about future interactions with people that you have a struggle with setting boundaries with. It talks about when you don't have a clue where to start with setting boundaries. This is an excellent book. Excellent book. I recommend you get it. And then I actually recommend that you actually utilize some of the tools. Yo, this is something else I want to address. We do these mental health checks a lot, okay? Because they're necessary and they're important. This is the name of the book. Look it up. Set Boundaries, Find Peace. It is by Nidra Glover Tawwab. Tawwab. Anyways, really good book. Okay. Set Boundaries, Find Peace. Okay. One of the things, y'all, that we lack in doing, and I'm saying we because I'm gonna hold myself accountable too. One of the things that we as people lack in doing is literally following through with the tools that are given to us, y'all. At least one time on every live, I give you all a tool. And if you don't utilize the tools that are given to you in these lives, then you keep yourself in a cycle. So often we be like, well, I don't know what to do. You all have been, I don't know how you all connected with me. I appreciate the connection. But when you have the tools, when you're being given the tools, you got to do something differently. Love Ascending. I got Hyper up there. Just show love to them, y'all. Dejanay says, I just asked, why do I let people back in my life that hurt me or try to damage my character? Get that book. Let's talk about it. We have got to learn how to utilize the tools that are in our life. So many people come to me and they say, yo, ever since I've been watching your lives, I've been getting better. I've been seeing myself get, to a different place. I've been seeing the advancement. Great. You cannot stop. You can't stop. Ashley says, I'm just over today. Utilize the space to vent. We're here to listen to you if you want to vent it out. Oftentimes, again, it was set boundaries, find peace. Set boundaries, find peace. Oftentimes, y'all, we stop. What's up, Hyper? We stop utilizing the tools. Even when things start to get better, that's not permission for you to stop. That means that what you're doing is working. You got to work through the process. You ain't gonna be able to put this in the microwave like popcorn, pop it real quick, and then you're just gonna get the results. No. What would you say to someone that doesn't listen to the advice that they give others? I would probably say, hey, do you ever take your own advice? Now, to some people that may seem, the family members matters, thank you for the follow. To some people that may be rude, but I believe in calling out the things that are obvious, y'all. Some people are very, very passive in communication. Also, we're going to also talk about communication style. Literally. In everybody in this room right now, we have to hold not only ourselves accountable, but we also have to hold the people accountable around us. I call out the obvious. That is why people advance in therapy with me. I'm talking about my clients. My clients advance very quickly because I'm going to call it out. I will call it out. Hey, you seem to be in a very, very ill mood today. Are you okay? Most times some people will internalize that and be like, oh, they got an attitude towards me after all I've done for them. No, ask the questions. Call it out. They may not even know that they're projecting their energy onto you. So for people who don't take their own advice, call it out. Hey, I notice you give me the best advice, but when it comes to your life, you don't take it. Is there anything I could support you with? We can't just be spectators of other people watching them and not call it out, y'all. Going through this right now. Call out your own mess. Yo, people ask me all the time, Ronnie, do you have a therapist? I do not. Because I will call out my own shit. I will. No, wait a minute. No, hold on. Why did you call? Why are you calling such and such and such? Why are you doing such and such and such? And I will ask myself, in my own house, I will ask myself those questions. Why? Because if I don't start calling my own stuff out, how am I ever going to hold anybody else accountable? Self-accountability is probably the hardest accountability that you will learn being connected to me. But I promise you, people, I'm telling you, When you're able to call it out, you'll see results. What's up, Q-Flex? You'll see results. You'll see results. You'll see results. Great rejection that comes with calling people's stuff out. But what you don't realize is that you're going to actually get way more by doing it. What makes you do the things you do? And what is the source? Are you asking me that, Roger, or are you responding to somebody else? And Roger, long time no see, man. I appreciate you being in the room. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. What's up, Loving Life Out Loud? I hold myself accountable, but I have a tough time speaking up to others. Then if you have a, and I'm not saying this to be ugly or nothing, if you have a hard time speaking up to others, then I have to question how much you hold yourself accountable. Because sometimes the things that you're speaking up about are things that make what you are holding yourself accountable to uncomfortable. So when you're uncomfortable in a space and you have a hard time speaking up to others, then I have to question how you hold yourself accountable. Because they're almost like they coincide with one another. Is depression really healed? Is depression ever really healed? Or is it just taught to be compartmentalized? Absolutely not. J. Rose, I will never, ever encourage a person to compartmentalize. And to compartmentalize means you just take the portion of what you feel to the side. That's the same thing to me as avoidance. Compartmentalizing it and avoiding it is the same thing. I would never encourage that. And yes, depression can be restored and it can be healed. And I've seen people have a depression diagnosis that no longer have a depression diagnosis because they chose to not be afraid to deal with the triggers that cause the depression. If we don't get to the core, we will never get to the peace. The core is what brings the peace. And J. Rose, if you feel like that is never gone, that means that core is still there. Whatever it is that hurt you, it's still in your core. And we need to get that out. We got to get it out. We have to get it out. We have to normalize getting out the pain. Because it is through getting it out that we actually start to heal. How do you know you healing? You know that you're healing when you talk about the thing that once hurt you and you are no longer angry about it. You are no longer sad about it. You're no longer frustrated about it. You're no longer literally all over the place about it. Tawny, how though? How do you get to the core? Start talking about the pain. It's that simple. Like oftentimes when we get hurt, most people hold it in. Me, my village, no, I'll call, but like, look, I just need to get this off my chest real quick. Because if I can say it out loud, Love Ascending, what's up with the crowd? I appreciate you. If I can say it out loud, then it exposes what is trying to bury itself on the inside of me. Gingies, I'm going to get to that question in just a second. When we start to expose the inner parts of ourselves, let me tell you what that's called. That is called transparency. When you can't trust people, how do you get to the core? Have a conversation with yourself. Start using y'all, I've said this all the time. And I'm saying this in love. Download a doggone recording journal that you can use. Start saying it out loud to yourself. You don't always need somebody to hear what you got to say. You don't always have to have the validation. And we got to get out of that phase of our life where we're always seeking validation from other people. Guess what? Baby, there's going to be some people in your life that don't give a crap about what you're going through. They don't give a crap about what you feel. User, get out of here. I don't know what you came in here for. User, private policies. I don't know what you're talking about. But I'm going to watch you. Moderators, watch them. All right. There are people that don't care about you. There are people that don't care. And we're always seeking to be heard by people who don't care. Talk to yourself, baby. Yes. Have a conversation with yourself. Download a journal. For those who have an iPhone, I partner with a company called Soundwave. That is still available. Download it. Soundwavers. Android. Still hadn't heard no updates about it. But I'm telling you all right now, we're always looking for people, and guess what? As long as we're looking for people to validate us, we're probably not going to get validated because the validation comes with you first. I told y'all yesterday, for those who are on my VIP live, that the message comes to the messenger first. Stop giving advice to other people if you know you're not taking it, because guess what? You become a hypocrite, and now you're a liar to yourself. We got to work on that, y'all. We got to work on that. We got to work on that. Jen asked the question and said, how do you address people who are always seeking a pity party? You cannot address them. Why? Because in you addressing them, they're going to automatically feel rejected. You're going to start feeling guilty, and you're going to start trying to show up and overcompensate for them because you spoke on how you feel. You want to know how to deal with somebody who's always looking for a pity party? Separate yourself. Why? Because that person needs to learn on their own. Let me say this too, baby. You all have got to understand. There are some lessons in life that life has to teach other people. Stop trying to be God in other people's life. That's not your role. If you notice that there are some people in your life that are not on the path that they need to be on, you have to make the decision whether or not it's wise enough for you to try to step in and help them or step back and watch them. Because there are some lessons in life that only the universe is going to teach them. Stop trying to take over people's life. We get so agitated and frustrated with people. Y'all, I did not plan to say this, but I'm going to flow with it. We get so agitated and frustrated with people because they don't do the things that we want them to do. Guess what, baby? If they're not doing the things that you want them to do, then that's a lesson that they have to learn. You need to learn how to step back, take care of yourself so that when they fall and when they need that support, you're there for them. But stop trying to change people. The only person that you can change is yourself. It's yourself. I'm talking to those because listen, y'all, this is a holiday week. We're going to be around family and we're going to be around some things and some people that we don't care for, we don't like. And guess what? You need to take care of yourself. If it gets too hot in the kitchen, step out. I don't care how cold it is outside. Step out to take care of your mind. Well, I just wish that they would do what I want them to do. They not. Step back. Step back. Step back. And let life teach them. Because guess what? There's some people in the room that somebody tried to help you and you ain't listen. And life had to teach you. The same way life had to teach you, let life teach other people. I know it's probably somebody that you love, but guess what? If they ain't acting right, you got to learn how to step back. Because guess what? You are just as valuable as the person that you're trying to invest into. And honestly, 9 times out of 10, you ain't all the way together because you're trying to spend all that time investing in somebody else. This is deep because we getting prepared for the holidays. I got to go deal with my mom. You know I can't stand her. Then stop dealing with her. Or deal with her. Thank you, Lover Cindy, for the subscription, boo. You got to start dealing with it in moderation. What does moderation mean? That means when it is okay for you. If you woke up already in a depressed mood, it may not be the wisest option to go around people who put you in a low spirit. That's probably not the best decision. And then we get mad at everybody else. Well, they just pull my energy down. You keep putting yourself around that energy. So if you want a different result, you got to do something different. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And y'all, we lie to ourselves. I'm going to tell you how we lie to ourselves. We lie to ourselves because we try to make excuses for people that we know bring us into low vibrations. We try to make excuses. Well, they just in a bad mood today. No, baby, they got low energy. Listen, look at the reality of it. Take your emotions out of it and look at the reality of the person. I don't care how much they talk and say all these great eloquent things. That's nice. That's cute. Okay. But look at their character. Character will always speak louder than any behaviors, any words. It will speak louder than all of that because it's going to show up through all the cracks and crevices of their life. Pay attention to people's character. What's up, Sexy B? Pay attention to character. Absolutely, Jid. Stop justifying people's toxicity. Stop. They not in a bad mood. They just don't want to deal with you no more. And because they're too coward to tell you how much they don't want to deal with you no more, you keep making excuses, keeping yourself in an unhealthy cycle. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm listening. Take care of yourself. The motto of this week, with this holiday season coming, take care of yourself. If they start pressing and pushing and prying, stop justifying. Well, wait a minute. Hold up. If I walk away right now, I'm going to hurt grandma's feelings. Grandma's feelings is going to get hurt. But you got to take care of yourself. So often, y'all, we put ourselves on the back burner for people who, guess what? They're going to have a problem regardless. They're going to have a problem regardless. They're going to have a problem whether you sit in the room and be uncomfortable or not. You might as well take care of yourself because they still going to have a problem. Normalize that they always have a problem. Absolutely, Mahalia. People, places, and things can be triggers. Absolutely. Take care of yourself. Yes, normalize putting yourself first and normalize the reality of people's behaviors. Is it a harsh truth? Absolutely. But normalize it. You know what? Such and such always, it's sad, but they seem to get angry around this time. I'm going to keep my space. Yo, I love all my family. But there's some family I talk to more often than not because I don't want to deal with the negativity of talking to some family members. I don't want to call you if the only thing you're going to talk about is what Grandma Betty did in 2002. I don't care. I'm in 2022. I can't keep living back then. Some of us got to set boundaries, y'all. People are going to be people. Absolutely. 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 I'm telling y'all right now. If you're in my life and you want to keep things in the past, you listen. I know how to check out. Absolutely. And we're not talking about avoiding. We're talking about actively dealing with it, but learning when enough is enough for you. Y'all, we got to get back into learning how to trust our inner gut. Learning how to trust our intuition. Learning how to tell ourselves when it's getting too hot in the kitchen, let me step out and give myself a break because I have to take care of myself. Remember, you're the only you that you're going to get. And if you don't learn how to take care of that you know what's going to happen. Everybody else is going to beat that you up. And when everybody else beat that you up, you really going to struggle with taking care of yourself because you didn't master it before everybody beat you down. It's hard because it gets lonely. DFW. Hey, Steen. It does get hard when it's lonely. But let me ask you this. You got to weigh it out. I'm telling you, you got to have some conversations with yourself. What's more important? Being around people who don't care about you? Being around people who really don't acknowledge, care, or appreciate who you are? Or being by yourself when you can validate yourself and set yourself up for people who really are going to love and care about you? I'm just asking for a friend. And that's a rhetorical question. That's something to process within yourself is what matters more. And oftentimes, we would value not being alone. So we put ourselves in the most uncomfortable spaces out of fear of being alone. Guess what happens? Even when you're around people, you can still be alone. You just got people around you. You still end up alone because you're settling for what you know does not make you feel good. Take care of yourself. Because it's either a matter of being alone around people or being alone by yourself. Which one? I know you're not disagreeing. I didn't take it as that. It's so funny, and I can laugh about it because I know this cycle. We are so busy trying to avoid certain things that we end up making those things happen. I'm so scared of being alone. I'm so scared that people gonna leave me. I'm so scared of being rejected that we end up sabotaging our lives. And the very thing that we're scared of ends up becoming our reality. It is so sad, but true. It's so sad, but true. We sabotage our own reality. That's why it's so important to heal, so you can recognize when you're dealing with being negative, even in your own self, and you can process it. Absolutely, Genjeezy. What's up, John? Dirty, it's all as well. It's just a busy day for me. Aubrey, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Y'all, this is a safe space, and we're talking about mental health. So if y'all come in here on any other vibe, you're getting blocked. I'm not even muting y'all today. I'm blocking. Big Black says, this is awesome. This is blowing my mind. Everything you're talking about is for me. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Thank you so much, DFW. I appreciate you. Absolutely. We blocking today. Marissa says, I needed this today. I'm crying. I don't want you to cry, but I also want you to heal. And sometimes breaking the mold of that pain by tears is necessary. Now, for those that think that this is the vibe room, it's not. We'll be back later. I probably won't go as long, y'all. It's a very busy week for me. Very busy week for me. Because I got to get all my sessions in at the top of the week to be able to enjoy my family at the end of the week. And I still have some sessions at the end of the week, but not as much. What's up, that mother cutter? You have to think about it and reconsider, because I've been allowing way too much. Absolutely. Absolutely, y'all. This is the season that we're going into family. Do not apologize if you don't be as present as years before. If it is hurting you, then you need to process that. If it is hurting you, if whatever you involve yourself in is hurting you more than helping you, then you have a responsibility to process it and shift the dynamic. Again, I'll say it again. If it is hurting you more than it is helping you, then you have the responsibility to step back and process so you can shift the dynamic. Y'all, you have the ability to change. You have the ability to change the narrative. It may not include the same people in that storyline, but you have the ability to change the narrative. Unique, sexy, sweet. You got to shift that pattern. Somebody may ask. Thank you, Ashanti, for the follow. Somebody may ask. Raquel, thank you for the subscription, boo. Somebody may ask, how do I shift the pattern? How do I shift the pattern? How do I shift? Everything that you're doing right now to make other people happy and rejecting yourself, you need to do the complete opposite. So if you answering the phone for everybody, even when you having a bad day, you got to learn how to cap that off and be like, I'm not answering the phone right now. I'm going to shoot them a text and tell them that I'm busy or whatever you have to do. But you don't have to be as present as you are for other people. The things that you're doing right now that is causing the hurt and pain in your life and causing people to walk all over you, you need to do the complete opposite. It is that simple, y'all. So if you are, every time somebody call for a ride, I gotta go. I just gotta give them a ride. I just can't. Stop giving them a ride. And watch the true character come out. Some of us pacify people so much because we're afraid of their true character coming out. No more. Y'all, we are approaching the end of the year. We are approaching the end of the year, which means that the beginning of a new year is coming. We cannot take 2022 vibes into 2023. Time out for it. Raquel, I appreciate you. Time out for it. You cannot take 2022 vibes into 2023. So I'm going to go harder and harder and harder towards the end of the year, because I refuse to go into another new year the same person that I was in 2009. And some of us are taking the trauma that happened to us when we were 5 years old into a new year. And it's time out for that. It's time for you to heal. Heal that little 5-year-old boy or girl inside of you. Heal it inside of you, because guess what? In order for you to get to your next dimension, you have to be able to heal. Stop for a second, deal with what you feel, and process it out loud, whether it's by yourself or with a therapist or whatever it is that you have to process it with. And I recommend it always be a professional. And get yourself together. You know the most amazing part, I was going to say crazy part. The most amazing part is a lot of us in this room already know what's keeping us held back. That's the sad part. It's really sad. A lot of us in this room already know in our heart of hearts. Notice I didn't point here. In our heart of hearts, because our gut is like really our heart for real. Because that's where we hold a lot of our stuff at. A lot of us in this room already know what's holding ourselves back. which means that you are now awakened to full responsibility for getting the support that you need in order to get better. But we don't do it. So guess who is sabotaging their lives? It ain't who hurt you back then. Because you know in your heart of heart what you need to do. It's you sabotaging. It's you sabotaging your own future. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? All right, y'all. I think I've done my due diligence. I have another session coming at 1, but I got to walk my dogs before that. I told y'all it was a busy day today. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for tuning in today. And listen. We'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday. I'm going to have to skip unless I'm able to do it from the airport, and I'm going to have to keep it toned down because I'll be at the airport. But everybody in this room, I need you to take care of yourself today. Start practicing new tools and new skills now to take care of yourself. If it's causing you pain, you need to take care of yourself. I love y'all. I appreciate you. I will catch you all tonight. I will probably not be on the vibe room because I have a big until Wednesday when I fly out to Texas. Love y'all. Take care. Utilize the tools, okay? Utilize the tools. Make sure you're utilizing the tools because you know what to do. I'm going to empower you today. Y'all take care. See you all later.